Welcome back to Traders Galaxy, and today we are going to check out one of my favourite factions for Rise of the Democracy miniature game, which is the Steel Hyenas. Check them out. Hi everyone, I thought I'd run through a little bit of a series on some of the other miniatures that we make here at Traders Galaxy that are not Bot War. So as Bot War fans will know, Bot War is a 9 to 10 millimeter scaled skirmish game where the humans are about 9 to 10 millimeters tall, and you have giant bots and various kaiju, etc., roaming around smashing up stuff and each other. But our Rise of Democracy range, or our 30 millimeter range, covers quite a lot of topics on genres. So we have the main one though is our game Rise of Democracy, which is also based in the Bot War universe, but deals more on a human scale level. And it's sort of odd in the sense that it's actually a squad-based game. It's not a individual skirmish game where there's individual pieces. It actually moves like a squad-based game, so you have squads of 3 or 5 or 10, and there you do have heroes that move independently, but they are the game works more in a supportive capacity where you need heroes to support your squads and sections, etc., in order to get the most out of them. So it's actually a very good game, and it has a massive miniature range for it. And today I thought I would show everyone the Steel Hyenas, which is actually, I think, my favourite faction of Rise of Democracy. So the Steel Hyenas, their backstory is that they were once part of Coils. They were betrayed and split off, taking with them the Axis powers from sort of like a alternative World War II, and they sort of hid in the southern jungles of an alternative United States, and, well, not as in the South American states, and they have like a hidden base there, and they do a lot of like genetic research and manipulation, etc., creating sort of like a super soldier, which is sort of a continuation of the Axis agenda to create a super soldier. So you have like veteran Axis troops, because this is all obviously set in the 1980s, but these would be the children of the Axis troops, and that's sort of like their the veterans are just slightly better than the normal Steel Hyenas. So let me show you one here. Sorry for the poor light. So you got your Axis troops, which are, in your sort of Axis style uniforms. And we have like Major Scar here. He's also the commander of the sort of veteran honor guard, and you have like officers that can have heavy weapons, etc., that look very sort of old school. And then you actually have the leader of the Steel Hyenas is actually a woman named the Duchess, and she is the daughter of the previous leader, who actually the granddaughter of the Coils High Council member that got betrayed. And so she's sort of been the first of the leadership to take Steel Hyenas sort of back out into the world. And so she's created for herself like quite an army of fanatics to do so. So this is Aardwolf here. Aardwolf is a sort of mercenary type character for the Steel Hyenas. And you got various officers, etc. This is Sergeant Scourge. He's like the drill sergeant for the fanatics. And so the Steel Hyenas actually do a lot of genetic research, and so they create like hybrid human, sorry for the fog. So this is the hyena called the Evolved, The evolved are quite powerful in close attack. And then you also have the brutes, which are just sort of juiced up steel hyena fanatics. So the brutes are pretty strong. That's their sort of section there. Mostly in close attack. And then you even have like your hyena packs themselves. So the hyena packs are pretty brutal as well, especially if led by an officer with the whip. And then you have zealots, who are sort of your close attack guys armed with electro batons. There is actually a tank coming, which is a transport tank, and that will be released in our My Mini Factory this year. So essentially the tank is the delivery mechanism for these guys. So that will be pretty exciting when that comes out. And then you've got your basic steel hyena troops over here. So, and we actually even have a mortar. It's your officer there. Mortar. And then you have like the heavy weapons, which are your heavy lasers here. This is a metal kit, but our ATV bikes are actually resin kits. So I love this faction. I love their whole backstory, how they've sort of teamed up with, they're sort of born from the Axis powers and making a resurgence down in the southern jungles from their secret base and challenging Coils for global supremacy, which is a pretty mean feat considering Coils have a whole investment there in bot technology, etc., and conspiracy. So steel hyenas better keep their head down for a bit, because steel hyenas and Coils are mortal enemies. So Coils will try and get rid of steel hyenas wherever they can, but both are actually evil factions. So there you have it. Just a quick look at the steel hyenas, one of my favourite factions. I love painting these guys. I didn't paint them all. I only painted the ones without the flock on the bases because I've run out of flock. So Stuart from Klim Fandango Painting painted the rest for me, did a fantastic job. So thanks all, and hope you enjoyed this little showcase. See ya.